Hey guys, it's Kristen. I wanted to come on today and show you guys these flowish junk journals that I've made. I'm participating in a swap on Junk Journal Connections for our faux flowish journal swap. I'm doing two, and so that's my cat. As soon as we kind of decided we were going to do it, I started making them. They've just paired us up, and so I'm getting ready to ship them out, and decided I wanted to make a video before I did so. So the requirements were 6x9 journal with I think at least 10 pages, full pages. So when you fold them in half, front and back, it'd be 40. I did a lot more than that because I had a lot of fun making them, and I have a lot of stuff and not a lot of room to put it. So as I was making them, I kept finding more things I wanted to add, and so cleared out some space in my craft room, had a great time making them. It was a win-win for me, so I hope my recipients enjoyed them. But I'm just going to show them to you real quick. So I only had one book cover that was 6x9, so I used it, and then I made a cover. So I'll show you this one first, actually. So this is Industrial Arts Woodworking. I really haven't done a lot of collaging or anything on covers before, and so I really wanted to try that. So I just did it. It turned out super cute, I think. Everything's on there pretty well. And there, this, I'll show you, but it's not sewn in, so this can be used as a cover. It's not a very thick book, and I kind of went crazy, so it's very chunky, and it, like alligator mouth's open, but that's okay, because nothing's sewn in there, and the purpose is to use what's in there anyway, so it's going to come out. So I wanted to include some trims and things as well, so I made a flow tassel, if you will. So everything's just literally tied on with one little knot with just a white string, so you can cut that, and then you've got all these trims to use. I attached it to this binder clip. Tracy Fox just posted a video yesterday showing tassels on binder clips, and that was perfect for this. Super cute idea that I'm going to steal again in the future, but it worked great for this. So that's on there, and that comes off, obviously. I've put a little charm set on here with some things. I've got some art tiles that I've made in the style of Jessica from Two Silver Oranges. They were inspired by her. I've got a key on there, a numbered key that I just got from eBay. These are pieces from an old erector set. I bought a box that had to be multiple sets combined, but all it had in it was the gears in these pieces. So they're really cool to work with. That's what's on the cover here as well. And again, just 3 different size art tiles. So when you open it up, so basically what I did was I kind of went through my stash and pulled out a ton of stuff that I wanted to use. And what I couldn't actually fit in the book, I just stuck in here, and I'm not going to go through it, but it's just a bunch of little ephemera pieces. I have made 2 little washi cards here. This one's Tim Holtz washi, and this is just floral washies or botanical washies from Michael's, I think. And I just made it look like a little tag there. And that just clips on. In this pocket, I've got a little booklet that I made a while ago. An address page book. Boy Scout pages, Boy Scout handbook pages. Oh, there's more. A cookbook page and a hymnal page. So these were all pages that wouldn't really fit in there, like to pull out, because they weren't long enough. So I just stuck those in that pocket. This page is from a huge book about flowers that I've just folded over to make into a pocket, obviously, and sewn that. Atlas page. This is a square from a quilt, so it's just the top. I bought it for I think $1 at a church yard sale, and it's hand sewn, but it wasn't finished. It was just the top, and I cut the squares out, and I'm using them for different projects, but I included one in each. There's a kids book page. Here's some of the Tim Holtz collage paper that's upside down, but that's okay. Honestly, I don't. It's just some vintage ephemera I had. Looks like a page from some sort of installation guide or something. This is doll clothes pattern. Again, just some ephemera, some ads, a piece of embroidery from a table runner. This is a big sheet of coffee dyed ledger that's I've folded and made into a little pocket, and in here I've included a couple of pages from from a Broadway playbill that are travel themed. Here, again, it's just a big page from a children's book that I folded up to make a pocket, and I've included this, and I made these a while ago, so I don't even remember what's in here. Oh, just some Rolodex cards and like a bird card. I'm not going to pull everything out. That just goes back. Here I've clipped on a couple of fabric collages that I've made that are perfect for fabric flips. So that's one, and that's one, and they're sewn together at the top, and they're just clipped on with a clip there. There's a binder page from a 5-ring binder, a field guide page, an old greeting card, another embroidered piece from a table runner, coffee dyed pink paper, a Russian book, math pages, a napkin made, or a napkin, just a little bag made out of onion skin paper with a sheet in there from a spelling book that I Mod Podged and a napkin on and put a journaling space in the back. Again, that's just something I made a while ago. I was just pulling things from my stash. There's that paper without anything on it. This is a page from a crafting book. This is the Tim Holtz tissue paper, a tree guide, a page from a Better Homes and Garden decorating book, just a vintage brochure, Edith Holden, another page from the Better Homes and Garden decorating book. This is from an old encyclopedia. This is a coffee dyed, just lined paper. And I've got a tag in there that I made. This is just a little glassine envelope with some playing cards in it. Kids book. This is another piece of the Tim Holtz black and white botanical collage paper. Another doll pattern. Kids book. Coffee dyed paper from another embroidery book. This is, I bought a lot of doll patterns, and it had a bunch of dollhouse and doll ephemera in there. So this is a page from one of those little booklets. This is a shorthand exercise book. So it folds open. So that piece is folded over. So when you take it out, that will open up and the page is bigger. Hymnal, Spanish book, bird book. This is a kid's book, and this is a paper clip that I have made. And there's just a vintage envelope in there from the 1974. Get that clipped back on, maybe. There we go. Kids book, just a pull out from a magazine. They're tied on with seam binding, so literally stuff just slips out, but you can also untie it and get it all out at once. And so then we just have the back pages of all of this stuff. Here, these are to be used as pockets, so it's just fabric, kind of patchwork onto cardstock or Project Life cards that can be sewn in or glued in or clipped in or whatever as pockets. So I have a ton of those I made with scraps a while ago. So I included those. This is Tim Holtz fabric that I've just, I just safety pinned it together. Some strips of some Tim Holtz fabric, and then I clipped it in that little fold there. This is just a little pocket made from a kid's book. The other side of that embroidery, the other side of the greeting card. This is a cluster that I made that I've just got clipped on. In this side of this pocket, I've got a handful of napkins that you can use for Mod Podging or decoupage, whatever. The other side of that table runner with the embroidery. This is a tag I made from a kid's book page. These are pockets, or this is a little coin pocket that I made from a magazine page. This is a little envelope I made from a Daphne's Diary page. The other side of the quilt. This is just a gift bag that I did some collaging on. And that's it. On the inside of the book, this is just scrapbook paper. I've got vintage sheet and some trim there. So, and that's, you couldn't really see it on the front, but that's there on the front. So that is that chunky thing. This one is very, very similar inside, so I'll just flip through it quickly. But again, the same type of tassel thing, the same charm thing there. This one is folded. So this is just a piece of cardstock with the vintage sheet covering the outside, scrapbook paper on the inside, and some trim here. I've got some flashcards and an index card. I've got the washi samples again. I'll show you the spine. I think it's just like a 1.5 inch spine, maybe 1 inch spine. So again, it can be reused. Nothing's sewn in there. Back in frame. Again, these are the same pages that were in the other one. I kind of put the same stuff in all of them. I just did a duplicate. There's more of the patchwork pockets. More of the little bags, playbill pages, the envelope with more cards in it. So these were a blast to make. I don't know if you guys have made them before, but it's really fun to not have a theme and just put all sorts of randomness in there. So I just had a lot of fun going through my collection and just pulling out random stuff. I didn't have to worry if it matched. I didn't have to worry if things went together. Folded it up, stuck it in there. I was able to go through my stash of fabrics and pull out some ones. I pulled out, obviously, the handmade embellishments that I've done that just because I enjoy doing those things, but they don't always fit with what I'm making, so they're just kind of sitting around. So I could stick them in here and hopefully the recipient can use them. A couple more of those little fabric flips. And so I've considered making some of these to sell in my shop because, again, I had a good time making them. I got rid of, I shouldn't say got rid of, I love all this stuff in here. That's why I bought it to begin with. But I love to shop. I have a shopping problem. So the shopping for this stuff is just as fun to me as the creative process. So I have a lot of stuff. And I like to share it with people. And it just helps me destash a little bit. So I'm thinking of putting together a couple of these to sell in my shop. If you guys are watching and you think it's something you might be interested in, let me know. Price points will kind of depend on what all's in there. I would say for these, I would probably price them around 30 to 35 maybe. If I made one with just pages and not so much of the other stuff, it might be closer to 15 or 20. So let me know what you think. If it's something people are interested in, I'll be glad to make some and put them in there. And I would probably do the cover in the style of this one, not really use book covers. There's a cluster. Napkins in there, more of the Tim Holtz fabric, a tag. This is a little pocket. The glassine, I was able to put the flashcards and things in the front pocket of this, so I just included the glassine envelope. There's nothing in it. There's also a pocket in the back, and it's got a little popcorn bag with... Oh, that's what I did. I put the stuff in that instead of the glassine envelope. So there's that one. But yeah, if I make them for my shop, I'll make the covers very much like these. Again, whether I include all of this stuff, like the flow tassel and the charm, that'll kind of affect the price some. But I could make them super plain or kind of deck them out like these, but the cover will be cardstock with covered in some sort of fabric and scrapbook paper that you can then use for a cover. I think that's a good thing about these. So kind of everything in this can be taken apart and used, so that's fun. And you can see it's just tied on with the seam binding there. So anyway, I'm going to get these packaged up and mail them out. I am either going to warn the recipients not to watch the video if they don't want to be surprised, or wait until they receive them before I post it. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, in the comments, just let me know if you're interested in maybe seeing some of these in my shop, and I will make some. If so, thanks for watching, guys.